Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Ryan's Trains. I hope you guys had an awesome New Year and have an awesome Christmas time. So today's review, we're going to be doing a K-Line Milwaukee Road Plymouth Switcher. There's going to be a special Milwaukee Road surprise that's going to be after the K-Line review. But you guys have to tune in after this one. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's cut on to this amazing video. The Plymouth Locomotive Works was an historical builder of a small gasoline diesel-electric switch engine. It was the most popular model, weighed about 25 tons. That's pretty small for a little engine. Or less thought, it was production of very large than 120 tons. The Plymouth was the most successful manufacturer of these industrial switchers, producing some 5,500 during a production run, which spanned nearly a century. It's a heritage that can be traced back to 1882, when a small factory is set up in Plymouth, Ohio, to produce clay-making machinery. In 1929, one of the original promoters, J.D. Fate, bought out his partner, former of the J.D. Fate Company. Business proceeded for nearly 2 decades in fashion when he grouped investors from Toledo, Ohio Incorporation, the Plymouth Truck Company, to manufacture trucks. At first, they were built in Toledo, but the production later was moved to Plymouth in 1912 to build the first experimental vehicle for rail service when the Clay Company requested a Type High Rail truck for one of these operating on steel rails. Its manufacturer has a number of experimental locomotives, including the first catalog variant, a model AL Type 1, in 1914 for the National Fireproofing Company in Haydenville, Ohio. In 1919, J.D. Fate merged with the Root Health Manufacturing Company from Root Health Company. So these locomotives were shown for their small size, but they were handled for small freight jobs. You can find these engines, like these little Plymouth switches, around industrial areas, switching out paper mills or switching out a grain yard or switching out an auto factory. This engine was made by the Plymouth Company. And the Plymouth Company, I'll tell you, is what now is Dodge. Yes, you hear me right. Dodge, who makes cars. Back then, Plymouth was part of Dodge. But Plymouth made old cars like the Fury, the Christine car. If you know what Christine is, Christine was a Plymouth. And during those times, they were making different vehicles like Plymouth trucks, anything. So they decided to make rail car diesels. They were really successful locomotives. You could find them anywhere, even to the modern day. Even historical railroads that are still running these little engines around. Strasburg has one, and I think it's engine number 1. I think so, but if I got that wrong, please tell me in the comments below. And this engine is small. I got it from the train show in my last video, and I couldn't pass it up. I love the Milwaukee Road, and we're going on a brief history about the Milwaukee Road. The Milwaukee Road stands for the Chicago, St. Paul, and Pacific. That railroad was formed in round back in the olden days. I forgot the era. But during those times, that was just the road, Chicago, St. Paul, and Pacific. No one didn't know about the name until railroad crews and customers were started calling it the Milwaukee Road. And the nickname, it was just a nickname for the railroad. Until that nickname got up to the higher ups, and they thought it was a good name, so they switched their name to the Milwaukee Road. I'll be going a more brief history, a more longer history about the Milwaukee Road in the SD40-2 review that'll be coming up soon. But now let's cut into the engine's details. So, I'm going to be getting close up to the engine, but this engine has lot of details. When I got this engine, it came with those people with prototypical HO couplers, but I took those out. Luckily, the guy that I got, he had the original couplers, so I switched them out. These big dummy lobster claws that gives the engine a little more toughness. Comes a separately applied air hose right here. These these coupler bars up here that lifts the couplers up do move. There's a headlamp that turns on. These little marker lights do come on. A working smoke unit, and don't overflow this a lot. This is like a caboose smoke fluid for a K-line if you have any. There's a rope right here that connects to the bell right here. So if I do this, you can see the bell does move. And on the side right here, there's 2 marker lights. And let me just pick it up. Sorry, my hand's in the way. And if you look right here, there is a backup marker light. And the same as the back is separately applied hoses. And underneath, there's some other details that say made by K-Line and other stuff. So thank you for watching on the K-Line switcher. Let's get on to the next review. Then after that, we'll be showing you runtime sessions. We'll be doing some yard switching with this engine, not mainline running like we see at the other engine. So I hope you guys enjoy something different on the layout with this little engine. Let's cut on to the next engine review. Not engine review, car. So you see here, this is a Milwaukee Road crane with the matching crane caboose back there. The weird thing is that caboose over there is a darker orange and the crane is a lighter yellow. But I like that. It makes it look like this was just an oddball paint they mixed up in the factory, and I really like it. I got both of these crane cars, the crane and the crane caboose, not the 2 flatbeds. Those flatbeds I got separately off, and I thought it'd be a good set to put as a maintenance away train. I got both of these at trains.com.
What? Trains with a Z?
What's Trains with a Z?
Yes, I said it. Trains.com. That's trains with a Z. A website where you can find any rolling stock or any locomotive that you just can't live without. Trains.com is an amazing website where you can find O-scale, N-scale, HO, any scale of model trains you want. Even buildings, accessories, and train art photos that you can find. Even cars, buildings, anything you could think of. It's a great site, great deals you can make. I highly recommend checking them out. So now let's go on the posability on this crane. So if you see here, the crane can tilt and move if you want to get good pictures of this crane car sitting here. It can go the opposite direction. And this crane car comes with a little hinge, like a little key in there. So you put these inside the windows, and to adjust the crane hooks down or the boom that raises up and down. And this crane is a really amazing detail, and we're going to show you the caboose. So here's the crane caboose where the crane arm would rest on the caboose. This is what, in the weird paint color that I like to match. It's kind of like an oddball match to match with the caboose. But it's really nice. It has working light interior. It's amazing inside. And the MTH does a really good job with these train cars. So I'm going to be running this maintenance away with the SD45 because my Lionel Jeep 9 is out of commission right now because the motor blew out. So the engine's going to be going up for repair. So the SD45 will be taking a maintenance away train. So let's cut on to that review of that engine running. thank you guys for enjoying that awesome review and seeing these two amazing train cars and locomotives. I really enjoy having your time here in my train room and the layout. Thank you for a lot. And next weekend, I'll be going to the Lionel Milwaukee Road Train Club. I'll be bringing a bunch of steam engines that I have there. So it'll be a whole steam engine running session there for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay safe out there and have a great weekend and awesome Friday. And big thank you to my two friends who participated in this video. And it was really awesome. I had a lot of fun doing that. So I hope you guys enjoy. Stay safe out there and have a good weekend. Take care.